In July 2026, NewJeans released their first official content together in 2 years. 4 members appeared in a special film series marking the group's 4th anniversary. In the same window, their label is pursuing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit connected to the dispute that pulled the group apart. Both of those things are true at once, and that is the story worth understanding. This is a timeline video. Every date and figure here comes from court decisions and company statements reported at the time. Where a claim has not been decided by a court, it is described as a claim, because in this case, the difference matters a great deal. NewJeans debuted on July 22, 2022 under ADOR, a label under the Hyein umbrella, with Min Hee-jin as chief executive. The group's rise was unusually fast, and for 2 years, the story was almost entirely about the music. Their last release as a 5-member group was Supernatural on June 21, 2024. At that point, nothing about their public trajectory suggested what the next 2 years would look like. The conflict became public in April 2024 when Min Hee-jin held a press conference and accused Hyein of copying NewJeans' image and creative identity through the debut of another group, ILLIT. Hyein rejected the characterization. That press conference is the moment the internal dispute became an industry story. That press conference also started a second legal thread that is still running today, and it is worth separating from the contract case because people frequently merge the two. In June 2024, BELIFT LAB, the Hyein subsidiary behind ILLIT, filed a damages suit against Min Hee-jin for 2 billion Korean won, roughly $1.37 million. BELIFT LAB's position, argued across multiple hearings, is that her plagiarism claims were a calculated attempt to damage the company and its artists, which it characterized as a strategic media play. Min Hee-jin's legal team has argued the opposite, that her comments were subjective professional judgment about style, not a legal assertion of plagiarism. That distinction is the whole case. One side is arguing about intent and damage. The other is arguing about whether an opinion about a creative style can be treated as a factual accusation at all. Neither framing has been ruled on. The case reached a 6th hearing at the Seoul Western District Court in May 2026, with the court indicating it expected to conclude after roughly 2 more. But as of the end of March 2026, that damages case and a parallel one from Source Music had been suspended, with estimated rather than confirmed hearing dates. In other words, that thread is paused, not finished. Back to the group. In the fall of 2024, the members themselves went public. They announced their intention to leave ADOR, describing a breakdown of trust and saying the company had failed to protect them. The label disputed that account. That is where the story stopped being about statements and started being about contracts. The members argued their exclusive contracts should be terminated. ADOR argued the contracts could not be ended unilaterally. Korean courts were asked to decide which reading was correct. The first significant ruling came in March 2025 when a court blocked the group from performing under the new name NJZ, halting the rebrand before its first performance. The decisive ruling came in June 2025. The court found the members were required to honor their contracts, which run through 2029. In practical terms, the attempt to exit had failed. By late 2025, 3 members had returned to ADOR: Haerin, Hyein, and Hanni. Min Hee's situation remained in discussion, and Danielle's position had not been resolved. In early January 2026, 2 things happened close together. ADOR terminated Danielle's contract, and ADOR filed a lawsuit seeking roughly 43.1 billion Korean won, about $30 million, naming Danielle, a member of her family, and former chief executive Min Hee-jin. ADOR's stated reasoning was that the defendants bear significant responsibility for causing the dispute and for the delays around the group's departure and return. That is the company's claim in a filing. It has not been established by a court, and the case is ongoing. Danielle later shared a letter to fans expressing gratitude toward the other members. Beyond that, there is little on the public record from her side. and it would be irresponsible to fill that silence with speculation. Which brings us to July 21st, 2026. ADOR confirmed a commemorative special film series celebrating the group's 4th anniversary, their first official content together since Supernatural. The label framed it simply, saying the series came from the members' shared wish to celebrate the anniversary with fans. The campaign was titled The 2026 Summer of NewJeans. The promotional material leaned heavily on the fandom. Rabbits appeared throughout, referencing the bunnies. There was an ice cream stand called the Bunny's Scoop, advertising a new flavor priced at $7.22, a reference to the July 22nd debut date. That detail tells you what this campaign is doing. After 2 years defined by filings and hearings, the first thing the group put out was aimed squarely at the people who stayed. So where does that actually leave things? 4 members are active: Min Hee, Hanni, Haerin, and Hyein. Min Hee appeared in the new material, though her formal status had not been separately confirmed at the time of the announcement. Danielle is no longer in the group and is named in an active lawsuit. The contracts the courts upheld run through 2029, and the underlying dispute between Min Hee-jin and Hyein has continued through its own separate proceedings. The honest summary is that the music resuming does not mean the conflict's resolved. One of those is a schedule. The other is a set of open court cases. Treating a comeback announcement as the end of the story would be reading it backwards. 3 things are worth watching from here: whether Min Hee's status is formally confirmed, whether the damages case against Danielle and Min Hee-jin reaches a ruling or a settlement, and whether the anniversary series leads to an actual musical release rather than a standalone campaign. Sources for every date and figure mentioned are listed in the description. If you want the next update on this case as it develops, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which part of this timeline you want covered in full.